Hello and welcome. In this video I'll be covering one of the key issues in Territory Wars and Grand Arena, and that's loading turn meter. What is it and how to avoid it? So what does loading turn meter mean? At the start of every battle, all the characters start with 0 turn meter, with the turn order being determined by the character's speed, plus any bonuses they get from the leadership ability. If you lose a battle, and you don't quit it in one of the ways I'll show later in the video, which effectively means that the next time somebody goes into battle that team, instead of having 0 turn meter and the turn order being determined by the speeds, the turn meter, however it was left at the last battle, is continued through. A quick overview of some basics. So above the head of each character there's 3 bars. The top cyan bar being protection, the green middle bar is health, and the bottom blue bar is your turn meter. So here we have a few examples of loaded turn meter and what it actually looks like. So you can see on the top the Ewoks, clearly some protections have been taken off them all, with Logray got quite a lot. The Imperial Troopers down below, Veers has got half protection, but none of them are any good because they can all regen protection, so it doesn't really help. The loaded turn meter at the bottom is the Imperial Troopers with Shore Trooper is okay, and the reason it's okay is because they've taken out one of the key characters in the team, which is the Taunton Tank. It's not ideal, but it's probably the best scenario out of a bad bunch. In the next examples you can see that the 3 clone teams have all been loaded with turn meter, and there's 15 attempts on the top one. Now this is from my alt, which is a relatively low level guild, but you can see how it's screwed over everybody else and there's pretty much no chance of clearing them turn meter teams. The Revan team at the bottom is a great example of where somebody's failed to beat them but has managed to come away without loading turn meter. So next time it goes in, it's as if it was the first battle. So how can we avoid loading turn meter? Well, basically, if we're going to lose a match, we've got 3 options: forfeit, force close the app, or use airplane mode. And airplane mode is by far the safest option. Forfeiting the match. This is the easy one to use, and it just involves using the forfeit button when it's your turn. The key here is you need to clear your turn to be able to use the forfeit button. So as we'll see in this short video, it's very easy. Night Sisters are going to take out a few characters, and I know I'm not going to win, so click on the little settings button at the top, go to forfeit, click forfeit, game over. So you've lost your characters, you can't use them again in Territory Wars or Grand Arena, but you haven't loaded turn meter. Second option, force closing the app. And I must admit, I'm not sure if this works exactly the same on Android as it does on iOS, because I use iOS. But this is for when you know that you aren't going to win and you aren't going to take another turn. So really, you desperately want to get out of the game. So this is the same battle as last time against the Night Sisters. I'm obviously hammering away at Zombie to no effect, but ever the optimist, I think I can beat it. And then, oh shit, I've lost Baze. That means I need to panic and get out of there quick. Force closing the app, and again this is iOS. Click on the home button, which takes you out of the game. And then I think it's a double click on the home button, and then literally just swipe the app off the screen to force close it. So when you go back into the game, you'll have lost your team, because the game knows that you used that team to start, but you won't have loaded turn meter because the game has no way of knowing what the outcome of that battle was, so it just defaults to a lost battle, but no turn meter gain, which is the key. Airplane mode. So basically means turning off the Wi-Fi or your data connection on your phone so that the game can communicate with the servers. So we start a battle as normal with airplane mode switched off, so we can connect to the internet so that the game can communicate with the servers. We come out of the game, be careful not to force close it, as we showed you previously. Go into your device settings, switch on airplane mode, come out of there, come back into the game, and carry on playing. Now the reason that some of this is blurry is obviously so when I was showing you airplane mode it didn't disclose my name and details. So as you can see, the game will play out. This obviously clearly isn't a Night Sisters counter, so we'll lose. And then when we do lose, what the game tries to do, it tries to connect to the servers, but because we're in airplane mode, so we've got Wi-Fi and mobile data switched off, it can't communicate with the game servers, so it can't report the outcome of the battle to the server. So we come out of the game, we force close the app so that we know the game isn't running in the background, and only then can we switch airplane mode back off. So there is a fourth option, and that is just to let the battle time out when you've killed a key character on the opposition side. So this is an option if you're really confident that you can't win the battle, but you have killed, like I say, one of the key characters. If you think you can win the battle, don't just stop, just keep on going and try and win. If it looks like you're going to lose, again, just put the phone down, put your device down, and let it time out. Now, some of the key characters are anybody in the leader slot, pretty much. Taunting tanks, high damage dealers, resurrectors, you know, that type of character. Somebody who's useful, who regens protection, brings characters back, or gives you the characters buffs and bonuses. But again, always discuss it with your Territory War commander first. But please do remember that this only works when it's your turn. So please make sure, if you are going to let this time out, that it is your turn and that the other team can't go if you don't touch your device. So thanks for watching. I really hope this video helps players and guilds in Territory Wars and Grand Arena.